sharing my whole person at 15. There we are.
Yay!
Awesome.
Okay, so we're both on. Barry Selby, that's him.
And Dr. Evie are
and
back.
Dr. Evie, that's me. I'm like, where's the camera? Okay, so this is episode 2 for Dr. Evie Chats, and Barry
Your
Selby
head's still bigger than mine.
I know, I have a big old head, but this is a head for camera.
You can lean back a bit, then it's like, then you do that.
Then we have like same size heads.
Right.
Hi everybody,
so,
thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, I got only one because my notifications don't go fast enough. People don't catch it till later.
Oh, okay.
So you should see it and then, yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
Excellent. Hey guys, yay.
Hi, so if you're on the replay, thanks for joining us. If you haven't watched, if you're live, you haven't seen me yet.
Yeah. Hey Bones, what's up? How are you? Thanks for coming in. How are y'all doing?
Topic, yes. Yusuf. Oh, different Yusuf, somebody else. Okay. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining.
Hi Yusuf.
Welcome to our scope.
Yes. So I was in Austin, Texas over the weekend, just reconnecting with some friends, and I had my girlfriend, my friend girl. She's a friend who's a girl.
Just to qualify that.
Just to qualify that, because everybody's like, oh my God, she's got a girlfriend. No, a friend who's a girl, and I were visiting with our guy friend, who is he's handsome, he's 60, he's worldly, he's well-read, very well-educated, very very good with the ladies. So he gave me some insight into, or both of us some insight into the guy's mind, at least from his perspective, which I thought was really interesting, and which I'm going to share with Barry for the first time.
Second time hearing you. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I know who's that. Sorry. Right. Unfortunately, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read all the names.
Yeah.
So
hi, I'm driving home. Well, be careful.
Yes.
Bones. Be careful.
Eyes on the road. Eyes on the road.
Be a safe Asian driver.
Safe Asian driver?
Be a safe Asian driver. So we're here on La Cienega Boulevard.
Lots of cars going by.
I know, it's very noisy.
Let me just show you the. Watching the cars going.
Thank you so much. Hey, invite your followers. That'll be cool.
Yeah, please share this out.
Because the more the merrier. Minutes until
yeah, until the audiences grow, because some people haven't seen. Just so you know, if you're watching my scope, Periscope and I are working together to try and fix my Periscope so it works. Because notifications are out the window. People don't see my scopes till after they go.
Oh wow!
So do something fun. We will. Patience.
Hi, Goring123.
From LA too. Nice to see you.
Yay!
Ozzy,
Hi,
nice
Ozzy.
Oh, 310 area code. I guess it would be an LA person.
Duh, it's an area code.
Presuming it's that. All right, so keep sharing this out, folks, because I'm actually looking for certain people to pop in who are my big promotion follower type people. So welcome to the scope. You got notifications going on? I got stuff going on.
Yes, I do. I have messenger stuff going on.
Oh,
okay.
Lots of things going on. All right.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Thanks for sharing out. Appreciate it.
Yay.
Oh, well, you see.
East Los. Hey.
East Los Angeles.
One of my best friends is living in East Los right now. So cool.
Yes.
Wife Life Today.
Who's that?
What's
nice
up?
to see you. Nice to have you join us. Wife Life Today should be an interesting conversation, and some interesting, probably temporary name.
Yeah.
When they get trolls, it's going to be one of those days. We'll see what happens.
Really?
I've had some trolls on the scope earlier. I actually told them off.
I don't care. Trolls, I just like sort of just ignore them.
Yeah,
because I don't have time to process and read all the troll stuff. So,
exactly.
Which is good. I'm not that fast.
Well, anyway. So thanks for joining me, by the way. Thanks for being in the scope. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments but it's over there, the camera. Okay.
Right.
Thanks for being in the scope. Thanks for joining us. I'm waiting for certain people to pop in to really get going, but we may just start anyway because we're not spend the whole day waiting for people to show up.
Yeah.
Because you're here.
Cool. So the most important people are here, and that's the both of us.
I was going to say, and you too.
And you guys too.
Be careful.
So last week, what did we talk about? We talked about
a whole bunch of stuff.
A whole bunch of stuff because we had no agenda.
Right.
And we still have no plan today. We're just gonna wing it and see how it goes.
Yes.
And after this, we're gonna go eat and go see Marianne Williamson for.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Her last official night scheduled. Her first scheduled night in Los Angeles for a while. She's moving to New York.
Yes, she's moving to New York.
So if you're East Coasters, go see her there. But if you're in LA, this is the last chance to see her.
She will be in New York live. I can't remember what day she's going to be speaking.
A few weeks, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So it's great. And she was my teacher. She's been my teacher since my mid-20s, and she's awesome. Talks about love also.
She just came back to LA. Well,
and being love. So.
Yeah, and I started seeing her in the early '90s, so I've been seeing her for a long time. We know each other pretty well.
Oh yeah.
I helped out on the campaign.
Oh wow! Oh cool!
So,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, you're officially cool.
Ooh, oh, thank you.
You're officially
finally
cool.
I've arrived.
You're awesome.
All right. Okay. So, should we dive in?
Let's dive in.
So this is. So the doctors are in the house.
Yes, the doctors are in the house.
And we got some hopefully some good stuff to share that you might value. By the way, I do broadcast every show we're doing originally.
Hi, Michaels.
My name is Barry Selby. I am known as the Love Doctor, whereas Evie is a doctor. I should say PsyD. PsyD a doctor or
Oh,
PhD?
hell no. PhD,
Yeah.
okay?
Excuse me.
I'm a PhD.
Not a PsyD, excuse me. So there is a difference between the two.
Hi, Michael.
Nice to see you.
Yes.
I do Periscopes pretty much every day of the week about love and relationships. Monday is Man Up Monday, and that's why today's topic is so relevant from what
Yes,
you've been
Man
telling
Up
me.
Monday.
Yes.
I mean,
I did Woman Up Wednesday.
Man Up.
Now, actually, our scope last week was Woman Up Wednesdays at
Yes,
Women's Talk. So
our first scope together,
Was on.
where the doctors are in, was last Wednesday. I know some of you guys were with us. So
and the
that was
replays
really
around
cool.
on Catch for me and probably Catch for you
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, I'm on Catch too.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Hi, GAC209. Who's this? Do I know you? I don't know if I know you. Or
apparently knows you.
Ava?
Although it's Evie, not Eva.
Oh, Ava's my
Your pseudonym?
my birth name. Ava Marie. Ah, through Joe.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
Nice to be on my. Thanks for being on my scope to see her.
Yes. Hi. Joe Simon is still on the air, but he's doing limited public scopes. So
He's protecting himself.
yes.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like me. Just wish you spell it with an A, not an E.
Yes, my PhD is in clinical psychology.
You've been looking for a love guru. Well, you got two here, so you got two for the price of
And,
one.
I know. Be afraid if we are. Be
Thank you
afraid
for
if
putting
I
up
am
with
your love doctor. The big topic. Okay, this is the basis of the topic today.
This is her leading. I'm just going to be the male counterpart for the conversation.
Yes. This is the topic for today. I spent a weekend with my friends in Austin, and one of our guy friends who is 60 and really popular with the ladies, blah blah blah. He gave us some insight into his idea of what goes on in a man's mind
And I haven't heard
when
any
we're
of this yet,
dating,
so-
and he hasn't heard. So we're gonna.
Yeah, I said keep it spontaneous. Just tell me when we sit
This
down
is
in front of the
gonna be-
camera and do it then, because I
Yes.
don't have rehearsal on this.
Yes, this is gonna be very spontaneous. So
Works for me.
okay.
Bring it on.
Do you want to do a rundown of last week and what we talked about last week?
I'm trying to remember what we talked about last week. We covered quite a bit.
Hi.
Bottom line is that we took a lot of questions. So let me say it this time. Same again here. Now remember, by the way, we're doing two phones.
Yes.
So it's Evie's phone and my phone. So we're looking at different places. So watch
Yeah.
the eyes going everywhere. Doesn't matter. We're still watching you.
Yeah.
But last week we did this as a first time experiment. We did nothing planned and it was all spontaneous and it was Q&A. So you folks can ask questions along the way, but we got a slight agenda with something we're going to start with. But then after that it goes wherever it goes.
Yes.
So thanks for joining in, thanks for watching us, and follow each of us on Periscope because we got good stuff out there all the time.
And if we don't get to your questions, it's not that
Jennifer,
we're ignoring
thanks for
you.
joining me.
It's just
Thanks for being on the
because
scope.
I can't read as quickly and my
Yeah.
eyesight's it's like kind of funky.
Yours and mine, yeah, both
Yeah.
the same problem here.
I'm wearing contact lenses and I can't always get to your question. So if you're desperate to get your question
I can do it.
answered, then just keep asking us, and eventually I'll be able to pick it up. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for inviting your followers. Yay!
Yeah, please share this out on Periscope as well, and on Twitter. Invite your followers because the notifications on my phone aren't going so well.
Oh,
We'd love to have
I'm
you.
sorry.
It's not. Don't be sorry. It's my phone that's screwing up, or the app's screwing up. Anyway, please make sure you're following, sharing, promoting, tapping, and typing.
Loving.
That's good too. Yeah.
Hearts.
There you go.
Hearts. Yay! Look at the hearts. Bing, 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 bing.
Thank you for inviting your followers.
Yes, thank you. Okay, cool.
All right, so let's get started, shall we?
Let's get started. Okay.
So she has the questions or the statements, and I'm going to go.
Okay. So keep in mind, this is from a guy who's 60 and popular with the ladies.
A bit of a player, not very conscious.
He is conscious. He knows what his problem is.
That's a step.
Yes, he's still very scared. I think actually my friend and I are his two healthiest female relationships that he has, because he's very open and he's vulnerable with us and he's able to tell his truth.
But he's also not sexual with you, so that probably makes it safer, I'm guessing. Or has he been?
He's not sexual with us, but there is there's zing. There's always zing.
Yeah.
You know, because he's
flirtatiousness and stuff.
He's very flirty. He's very flirty, and
It's
so
just
we're
Christmas,
very
isn't
flirty
it?
too.
Okay. Nice
So
to have you.
all right. So here's what he said.
Oh, I've not seen this stuff. So
Hi,
I'm like,
Fresh Prince. Okay. So this is what my friend said, my guy friend, about guys. Okay. There is no faster way to trap a man than to run away. It is a good litmus test of their interest.
Sorry, say that again.
Okay. My friend said my sort of single friend said,
Okay.
there is no faster way to trap a man into a relationship than to run away. It's a good litmus test of his interest in you.
So if I can just translate to what I think he's trying to say, that he's saying that when a woman plays elusive, that attracts a man more, it'll pull him into the relationship than if she's all in his face. Something like that?
Yes. Michael Mapes says false. What do you think? What say you, love doctor?
I've talked about this actually. I was on a panel Saturday night for an event, and I talked about this conversation about how women can be more attractive. The challenge for men is we are simpler than women are, or it'll show you yes when you're not into you. True. Now let me speak to a couple of things. We don't necessarily get the signals you portray very easily. So sorry, my scope keeps getting interrupted by text. I didn't turn my phone to do not disturb. So when we are looking at women and we're interested in women, and we talked about this last week, I think, when women need to give us a sign that they're interested first. Otherwise, we not have a clue, and a lot of men, we carry around wounds of rejection. So we aren't always ready to go, let's jump in here and go see what happens because we don't worry about getting hurt. But
it's all about the chase.
It's about the chase,
It is about the chase. Guys like the chase.
However, if you don't give us a sign that it's worth chasing you, we won't. That's part of the nuance for women. And an interested party doesn't need to play games. That's the thing. But the thing is, like, I think women are just like, what the hell are we doing? How do we, like, I don't understand. So I said, I think it was last week, about how if a woman in the olden days, a woman would drop a handkerchief for a man to let him know that she was interested, and he'd pick it up to let her know he was interested, which is almost like a simple code signal. We lost that a long time ago. So now we don't know what to do. Drop the phone, drop your bra, I don't know. Wink. Yeah. So having the willingness, ladies, dropping hints, right? Ladies, having the willingness to tell the guy that you're interested in him by touching his arm sometimes. Not to say that you should pursue, but it's, yeah, okay. I felt that one right away. Go ahead. Women should slow play if she's interested, not fast play. Agreed, absolutely. Okay, so what does that mean? Romance died with technology. Don't give it away. I have to agree, Michael Mapes. Romance has died a little bit with technology. There you are. Hey, brother, good to see you. Hey, Comma. Anywho. Yes. All right. So you were saying? Yeah. So somebody said romance has declined because of technology. Absolutely. That's one of my teachers talks about how we're in a high-tech, low-touch society. I agree. And it's true in the area of romance as well. It's kind of like we'll text somebody and get a date versus calling them and saying, "Can I take you out?" Right. So the human connection is lessened. So absolutely, that's one of the challenges we have. Right. So I definitely agree that romance has been lost to technology largely. We need to really get that back again. So, hey Jim, nice to have you join us. Hey. Jim's the red. Just closed Tinder before joining this. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with Tinder or Bumble or whatever you do, because the romance can still be there when you guys meet. My caveat to that, particularly around working with women, is that the online dating sites and apps are simply tools. If you think that's the way you're going to get what you want, you're doing it wrong. You need to know what you really want first. Then you use it as an avenue to get through. I agree. So that's why they work with that way. So I think that firstly, Tinder... Set your intention first. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you use, you'll find the right person if you're looking the right way. Right. What you use to look through isn't relevant as much because you never know where they're going to be. Right. But if you know what you're looking for, she can show up, he can show up, so much easier. Right. That's why Bumble is so good. I don't even know what Bumble is. Bumble is great. Oh yeah. It's like it's a swipe left, swipe right kind of thing. And it's sort of like same as Tinder. For a woman, it's sort of like playing cards. And you have like a deck of cards game, right? That's with all these guys' faces and like limited. Women have the power. Yes, that's what's so great about about Bumble is that we do have the power. We also have to make Tinder's like the same both sides, I think. Yes, but we also have to make the first move and like, hey, how are you? Yeah. Oh, let's and talk. And a timer. We have 24 hours to contact the guy. If not, he disappears. Poof. And someone said Tinder, Grindr, OkCupid, yuck. Yeah, I understand. Well, it can be yuck if you're only looking for a hookup, which it can be used for. Which is what they probably were designed for in the first place.
If you want to hook up, you can hook up, but people have met their significant others on these apps. People got married out of Tinder, which scares the crap out of me. Well, yeah, those are hookup apps. They can be hookup apps, or it depends what your intention is. Right. If love isn't an algorithm. True. However, there are some keys. Love is a battlefield.
No.
Pat Benatar.
According to Pat Benatar, yes.
All you 80s people out there know what I'm talking about. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to move to the next one? Is that answer?
Yeah, I mean,
that first one?
No, so the whole trapping a man, it's a good litmus test of their interest.
Well, let me go back to that original question about how by her pulling away, that attracts him more. That sort of kind of works. Men always intend to hook up. Well, yeah. Well, let me say this in response to that. In a way, I think what you're not alluding to. Alluding to is the right word. Yeah, alluding to. Yeah, I was like, I had something ahead that was different. Is that men get connected for love through sex, women get to love through heart.
Do you think that's true? Because
used to be.
The whole sex thing, let me tell you, there are some guys who didn't connect with their heart through sex that I've.
Well, it's like the way that they say is that.
Huh? I thought it was with their stomachs. I'm confused.
There was something
Stomachs
about how
penis?
the way the connection is men the heart's connected through the penis, women the heart's connected through the head. That's what I heard.
I think that's wrong because I've had plenty of experiences with guys in bed, and they haven't fallen in love with, or they didn't fall in love with me. So
actually,
I'm just saying.
He's right too. But women are connected. When women have sex, they get connected energetically. Oxytocin.
They can
It's a bonding chemical.
If the sex is good,
It's really good, right.
if the sex is really good, women can get bonded.
There you go.
If the sex is not good, then I gotta go do my laundry and wash my hair and wash my dog. So yeah.
The hanky drop moved from a foot raise while kissing. Now it's just a panty drop. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. You know, it's that's the dance. Is that we have this continuous evolution of the species without having a compatible evolution of the romantic medium that works. Well, that was deep. It didn't land very well, but it was deep.
Let me write that shit down, okay.
Well, it's in the scope, so you go back and play back.
I will review the scope and write that shit down, okay.
Write the shit down, okay.
So here we go. Here's another thing that my friend Matt, my awesome, lovely friend Matt Lothario, amazing guy. I love him to death.
He's a Lothario, okay.
He's a Lothario, but that's okay. Right. He says, and I quote, "It causes a guy stress and anxiety if he feels a girl has already made up her mind about him and he hasn't about her."
Okay, say that one again for the camera because I didn't hear it all the way through.
Let me say that again. It causes a guy stress and anxiety if he feels that a girl has already made up her mind about him and he hasn't made up his mind about her.
So basically you're saying is that your friend's telling you, he's saying that he feels pressure. That's what he's really saying. Anxiety? It's like, no, he's feeling nervous because...
He's scared, he's nervous, he's like, holy shit, this girl likes me.
It's pressure. So, you know, if you're self-conscious, maybe, yeah. I mean, it's the thing.
When did men become whitey instead of gentlemen?
Well, that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation.
We're getting to that one.
I'm Artula7, hello.
Ask that question again in a minute when we get done with this one, because I can answer that one in some very powerful keys. Let's say keys. Yes.
Some men maybe. Okay.
The thing is also that men and women have different timing on how long it takes, and there's all those.
Y'all have to get on our time. Y'all have to get on the woman's schedule.
Right.
Hello.
No, we can do that easily. Been trying it for years since the caveman days. Still can't do that.
Y'all are late. That's all I'm saying. Y'all are late. I'm just kidding.
But that's the thing.
But seriously.
Hang on.
What?
Excuse me a second. Quick break. Back on camera. Oh yeah. Back in. So. Women don't have a schedule and change every minute. Interesting point.
This is true. We change our minds. We don't change our timing. We change our minds.
See, the thing is also for us as men, we're pretty linear. One thing at a time, step by step by step.
Ouch.
Women like all over the place because they can.
Yes.
And so it makes it challenging for those two to meet because we don't fit well that way. Men are bought into magazine culture.
Men that have bought into magazine culture have these. What do you mean by magazine culture?
You mean the read Cosmo?
You take the tests? Do you take the Cosmo tests?
I don't. Some men might.
I used to. I failed all the time.
Miserably.
So what were you saying? I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, the pressure that builds
Hi, Vic.
is because we as men often have one foot out, one foot in, because we are still at times boys inside. We're not really sure we're going to get what we want, and with women, it's the most challenging thing to get, as it were. Because businesses and money, other things are easier to get, frankly, than women are. To understand them, to figure out those. Mistress Xmas likes your hair.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So there's a sense that we have a challenge to know, because we don't read women well often, how do we know if she's saying yes or not, or she's interested or not? Because
how can we let you know definitively? How can
that's
we
what makes
let
us
you know?
nervous.
Picking women based on looks and that they can have anyone, I don't know what to say. Picking women based on looks. Well, they don't say what they mean.
Well, that's because they don't speak our language, and we don't speak their language. That's the whole point about this, is that men and women don't understand each other.
But so if we all speak the language of love...
Well, there's no words. I had to go there.
No.
But so, you know, yeah, well, I'm glad, as a woman, that's unusual, Mistress Xmas.
Well, the thing is, there's also this thing about being feminine, expressing yourself from the feminine,
right.
And it's like, I feel this way, and like, blah, blah, blah.
And we don't know what feelings are. Often, men are not very connected to their feelings.
Well, this is what Pat Allen says. If you guys are all readers of Pat Allen and,
right.
and her work, we women feel, so we express ourselves through feelings. Guys think, so they express themselves through thinking.
Right. Yeah.
So when we try to express ourselves and how we feel about situations and blah blah blah, it's like, I feel really tired.
Right.
What do you think about staying in today, darling?
And we're thinking out, okay, how can I make it feel better? Or we're thinking about, I'm not tired.
Yeah.
There's no relationship to the feeling level. It's just a mechanical thing in a lot of ways, and that's where we have been disconnected from our own feeling level.
Hi, Blue Cat.
So it's one of those dances of it. That's one of those things we have a challenge with.
The feminine, masculine.
Yeah.
The dance.
Wait for the semi to go by. Just say what you mean. Oh, that's so easy.
Do you always say what you mean?
Right.
Do you always say what you mean? And how is that working for you? How has that been working for you? Yes, it has been working for him. That's great.
Right.
Another problem, everyone became so guarded and hateful towards someone's intentions.
Interesting.
Who are you hanging out with, Michael Mapes? That was good.
Been married 20 years.
Married 20 years.
That's good.
You know, I think everybody's different, and intentions. Some people's intentions jive with yours, and some people's intentions don't jive with yours, and that's okay.
Right.
Women use the changing mind as defense against magazine culture. Well, some women do. Some women do.
So the thing is, we can't give you like exact answers because it's going to be generic. Well, thank you. I hope you stay married every day. I appreciate that.
Aw, that's sweet.
That is sweet. Thank you. I'll use that as a testimonial. That's cool. I want to speak back to the masculine thing. There was on your phone about where we lost touch with the culture. Oh, your wife watches my scopes. Nice. Awesome. That's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah. I have secret admirers who like my work. That's cool. Works for me. So there was a question earlier which I said to repost. One of your friends over there?
Hi. Hey, VM actress. How are you? Thanks so much.
So people walking by and giving us funny looks. It's kind of like interesting to watch the comments and faces.
It's funny.
Yeah. Was there another question? Was that that one?
That was it.
Okay. So there was another question I saw on your phone, which I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
About the evolution.
Yes, wait. Virginia is on my scope.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're on my scope, but you're one of your friends?
Yeah, or? Virginia is a friend of Joe Simons, who's now a friend of, This is Barry Selby. He is the love doctor. He scopes about love and relationships and sex and stuff. Men
maybe why? Oh, thank you. That was the question.
Right.
Trigger that. Yes. Okay. A couple of things. Yes. First of all, a lot of men are, because some things happen. Let me break this. This is something I haven't brought down. Your wife is in it, so you can't switch now. So she's watching. Okay, well you can see in both of us. We're on two phones, so you got us. Okay. There have been evolutions happening in the way men and women are in the culture. I'm going to break this down simply because this is a much deeper conversation than I can put in here. But basically, in After the sexual revolution in the 60s, women learned to basically act like men. They learned to compete with men, be in the business world, burn their bras, cut their hair, put on suits, go to work, and compete with men. So from the mid-60s onwards, in fact till now to a large degree, a lot of women are still performing in the business world like men do, which means they're in their masculine as much or more than what the men are.
Out of necessity.
Out of necessity,
Out of necessity.
Right. The challenge has been that after they get home or when they go out socially, they don't have to turn it off.
Go ahead. I'm going to interject. I'm going to go after you.
That's okay. So what happens is women and men now don't date in romance and polarity. It's more like banging heads about who's in charge.
Right.
Now, because I've had 3 relationships that didn't work out because they were more masculine than I was at the time. I gave into that place because I was more heart-centered through the work I was doing. But the thing is, what happens is men start getting whiny because they don't know how to take charge in a healthy way. They revert to macho, which is not what I'm talking about. Masculine and macho are very different things, and I talk about that in my work.
Yes.
In simple terms, macho is balls-driven, ego-driven, my way or the highway, screw you. Masculine is I'm driven by a purpose and a vision bigger than myself that makes a difference. That's more heart-centered. But a macho man gets whiny because he doesn't get what he wants. And that's when it gets to be a pain for the women, and it's a pain for other men, because then we get painted with the same brush that this one guy did.
Right.
So you can interject, by the way.
No, I was just going to interject that. According to Pat Allen, and actually Marianne Williamson, she mentions this in her Aphrodite seminar, that for women it takes us 30 minutes to sort of transition from the masculine mindset to the feminine mindset.
Right.
So what we could do to sort of transition into that more feminine space is to sort of reconnect with our bodies, go take a walk, be in nature, take a bubble bath, just really light candles. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but anything that makes you feel comfortable in your skin will help you transition into a more feminine way of being when your dude comes home.
And a couple of things I want to say to that also.
But the thing is, we can't act like ball busters.
No.
When we need to.
Right.
Because sometimes we do need to bitch slap. We do need to
Excuse me?
we do need to crack some heads sometimes.
Right.
In our way.
In business or in other ways.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Hi Virginia. I know.
I talked about this a couple of times. I had a conversation recently too, a couple of times. For men and women. If you're a couple, and a couple have been married 50 times in here, sometimes ball busters don't know when to give up the position. So, right,
That's very
so let me speak
true.
to this a couple of times, a couple of ways. Men and women have, in the world, lessened some of their own authentic polarity, masculine and feminine, because of what the world does to us and what we do in the world.
Right.
So, one of the things I remember hearing from once was a friend of mine where husband and wife work together and live together and travel to work together in the same car.
Wow.
They end up getting home and having arguments every night and think, what's going on? They figured out what they needed to do was 2 things. Honor the masculine, honor the feminine. How they did it was so simple. Their drive from work to home was an hour. What they decided to do was the first half an hour on the way home, there'd be total silence. That's what men need, is they need the emptiness to empty out. Silence is the way that we do it. The feminine needs to talk through that time. So what they did is, the first half of the journey, the man would just have, there'd be nothing in the car, silence for the half an hour so the guy could just clear his head. In 30 minutes, he would turn to his wife and say, you know, honey, thank you for the space. What do you want to say? And for the next half an hour, she could talk about anything she wanted. And by the time they got home, they were both relaxed, connected, and in love.
I love that.
Wasn't mine. I heard that.
That's so cool.
But the same thing also is if you're the husband at home for your wife coming home, and she's at work and you got home before her, one of the best secrets you can do is you have her hot bath with bubbles and candles already run for when she walks in the door.
Oh, I love it. When my man comes home from work, I give him his space always. It's great.
Smart.
Separate
Very wise.
cars, home helps.
That's another way of doing it too.
Yes.
The thing is, what you can do as a man, you can do for a woman, is when she comes in the door, you take her keys, her smartphone, her suitcase, her briefcase, whatever she's got with her, and lead her to the bathroom and say, honey, I'll come back in half an hour.
Right. And actually, Marianne Williamson or Pat Allen suggests that if you guys have kids, for example, if you're a couple with kids,
then the other
offer to take, if you're the guy, to take the kids for a half an hour to go play or whatever. It gives you guys time to reconnect with your kids, and your lady has time to just reconnect with herself, and then she can be more open to you as a woman.
Right. So, and then the reverse of that,
Marianne Williamson is
if the wife is home before the husband, same thing. She takes care of the kids, and basically, like, what she can do for the man sounds so silly. Give him beer, give him the TV remote, and say, I'll come back and see you in half an hour. And leave him for his own space, because he needs time just to decompress.
Right.
And it's not to watch focus TV for hours, it's just to get his mind to relax.
Because I know I'm always like, hey, how are you? Oh my God, I miss you so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what
Because
happens.
I'm so excited.
Exactly.
Sometimes. Because it's what
But
he
it's
needs.
having the ability to
Yes,
be,
that's
you know,
true. That's true.
you never get this side of Evie and Joe. Well, Joe doesn't have the same. Oh, you don't get the side with Evie.
We
with
never
Joe.
get this side of Evie with Joe. With Joe.
You don't talk about relationship. Well, because
we don't talk. Well, we talk about being hoes and bros and
different
hoes.
conversation, right?
It's a totally different conversation. It's not as cerebral.
Right.
And that's okay, because that's another side of me, and that's cool. And
it's always the Joe show.
This
Yeah.
is Dr. Evie. You know, this is Dr. Evie. So.
Yeah, smart woman. This one. Yes, she is so smart.
Aw, thank you so much. I'm smart. Thank you. It's a great balance. Yay!
So I'm as the love doctor, but I only have a master's degree. She's got a doctorate.
I got lots of paper.
Paper.
I do. Okay, so just another thing my friend mentioned was like girls remember everything.
Oh God, yeah.
Because we'd be taking notes and the time
thank you,
and the
mistress.
date stamp. We never forget.
The way that Alison Armstrong, one of my teachers, talks about, and I love Alison Armstrong's work too. Evie's a smarty. Oh, nice.
Aw, thank you.
One thing that Alison Armstrong talks about is that women have this thing, and be prepared, I'm going to explain what it is before I get there, this thing called the rage monster. She calls it the rage monster. That basically is there's a sleeping monster in the back of her head that doesn't show up until... I know, I'm ready to get... let me finish this.
Let me
try this on.
Let me sit back, shall I?
Let me try this on for size. Basically, what women have the ability to do is remember everything. It's almost... But the thing is, it's not something they consciously think about. It's stored away in the back of their head, like a filing cabinet.
In a little folder.
And nothing happens with it until the man screws up big time. And usually it's something stupid or something that really triggers and pisses her off. And then everything in that filing cabinet gets pulled to front of mind and gets dumped on him. Sometimes it's polite, oftentimes it's not. The thing about it, reality is nothing to do with the man. Ultimately, it's her venting and getting it out. And the thing is, what men need to know, when a woman is upset, your best thing to do is stand there and let her be upset. Don't fix, please do not fix. That's the worst thing you can do for a woman. But also, don't try to change the direction or try to solve it in any sort of way, shape or form. Her venting is the way to get it out, because what happens is all that filing cabinet is emptied out, hopefully, once and it's done. You have a counterpoint.
Yes, I'm just going to add something, just
Please
a little
do.
bit, which is very, very important. And guys, y'all need to take note, okay?
Watch
So
the
you-
replay in case you miss it.
Yes, watch the replay and take note. You also have to keep in mind where she is in her cycle, because that shit is for reals, okay?
I forgot that little kind of important thing.
That shit is for reals. And y'all need to keep, just be aware, ask, right? Thank you, Virginia. Women, y'all know, right? Y'all know that sometimes we go a little cuckoo before our periods.
Right.
And it's not that we're crazy or that we hate you, it's just that
You're in the midst of this
Yes.
blood boiling experience that we have no control over.
and we don't always know until, well, personally, I have a period tracker.
A period tracker?
I have a period tracker.
Yeah, it's an app,
So
on, it's an app on the iPhone.
Yeah, it's an app on the iPhone. It's
So
just
the guy can have one too, to track his girlfriend. His girl.
I know, if you're really committed.
Yes, smart man.
If you're super committed and smart as a guy, you'll have your lady friend's period tracker on your phone, because then you'll know, oh shit.
Time to be deferential.
No,
polite.
it's time to say this. It's time to say, do you need some chocolate?
See, he does have a period tracker for his wife on
Yes.
his phone. Smart
Do you need
man.
more chocolate? You're so skinny. You're not eating that much. Oh my God. What? It's like you need to eat more
So
because
extreme compliments.
Yes, you're so slim and you're always so beautiful, especially now. It's like, what did you do? No, but it's like it's really important.
So really focus on the positive all the way through. That's a powerful key.
That's how you get through the few days of
Anything you might think is just a slight niggle becomes a massive piece of junk thrown at her. You don't want to do that.
I'd rather have Tinder than a Menses tracker. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Just avoid everything for a week. Yes and no.
First couple of days.
You don't. You don't. I mean, hopefully your relationship is solid enough that you're not going to like go. I'm going to leave for a week and come back. I'll be in a hotel for a week. That wouldn't work.
Yeah, and some women are more, you know, they're more aware of where their bodies are during that time, and,
Right.
and some people, you know, I personally just become a little bit more sensitive. I cry really easily. Certain songs, I know, songs or TV shows. It's like that, or movies that I've seen a gazillion times. I'll cry. You know, I'll cry. It's just.
Yeah.
It's just sort of, you know, and it's good for us. Yes, question, Michael Mapes.
Uh-oh.
What you got? What you got?
Questions? That's what I always. Brought to you by Starbucks.
Brought to you by... Okay. Do you think we use periods as an excuse?
I think some women have.
Some women do, yeah. Some women do. And it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse because I think women...
Some women tend to make stuff up that makes their period more useful to them than it really needs to be.
Yes, and it gives some women license to, you know, frankly be
Blackmail.
Be
Almost.
Yeah, but be abusive to verbally, emotionally abusive to their guys, and that's not fair. That's not fair. So just women, be aware of where you are.
Yep.
So, question: how to respond to the girl who texts back every 6 hours, but they're showing interest?
How to respond back to the girl who texts back every 6 hours and they're showing interest? If it texts back every 6 hours, that is showing interest, isn't it?
Every 6 hours, like clockwork? I don't know.
I don't know. The thing, I have a thing with texting. It's really a data point versus a communication method. Do you think age difference matters in dating? It depends.
It can matter, the age difference. I dated somebody who was 24 years older than I. It didn't matter. God, it didn't matter, except when we had to break up.
Right, Mrs. talking. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second.
Except when we broke up. It was sort of like, do I want to grow old with this man? He's going to be...
switch up your scope.
He's going to be 75, and I'm going to be, you know, still
young
youthful and beautiful. No, just kidding. But seriously, do I want to?
So Greg's in your scope now. Bye, Greg. See you in your scope.
Hi. So yeah, it just really depends. It depends.
And back to the texting thing for a moment, because I saw Mr. Summer texting. No, it's okay. We're dancing in two questions because we've got two scopes. It shows that way. You have a boyfriend that's 15 years older, 15 years different? Older. Thank you. I was like, what did you say there? So the wife's on my scope and you're on a scope.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's called compromise.
And you get both sides of the conversation, but it's the same
right.
conversation, just
That's
different angles, literally. So regarding the texting thing, I have a big passion for this thing, because texting does not communicate emotions.
Right.
It's been proven, psychologically speaking, that what we say is only 7% of our languaging. The rest of it's facial expression and body language.
Right.
Of 7% is what we say. When you text, that's like 1% of that. So texting is very thin line to which communication gets through.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't expect to get nuance, meaning, emotion, content in a text.
But the thing is, women read into that. We will read into your text and be like, wait a second, he used an exclamation point instead of a period. And what was that emoji? I don't know what that emoji means.
Erica was telling Mrs. I didn't know you guys knew each other. So you were telling so your husband switched the other scope, didn't tell you? I love it. Oh boy.
So it's very hard to pick up nuances from text.
Right. So
basically.
My thing is pick up the phone and use the phone button, not the text button.
Right.
Hello.
Now my partner's a year younger and we are engaged as of recently.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know, you told
Very
us last week. That's so cool, Michael. Very cool.
And true, when we have a phone call, it goes on and on. What? Okay, Ozzy, let me say this. You can still keep phone calls succinct if you know what you're doing and if you both have an agreement. Because again, texting is a way of communicating logistics. I believe you use texting, say, what time, I'm running late, I'll see you there, that sort of stuff.
Yes.
But if people who break up with a text should be hung, like till they're unconscious at least. Well, I'm being extreme, but I don't like that if we break up with somebody by text or even email. If you're not willing to call them up, ideally see them face to face, and be willing to say to them with eye contact, because the truth is people break up for really silly reasons sometimes.
Yes.
If you can face the person you're breaking up with and say it to their face comfortably, consciously, and caring, you know, that's a possibility. Oh, Evie, you got a hint there. Where's the crate and barrel?
Michael Mapes, crate and barrel. Yeah, okay. Gotcha, babe. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, so any other...
Oh,
nice.
Yay, Virginia, that's great.
Nice to have you on the scope. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you're following both. By the way, if you're watching each other's scopes, make sure you're following both of us on scope. Her handle's in my scope and my handle's in her scope, as it were. That didn't come out clean.
Our handles are in each other's scopes.
Ooh.
What's your handle? Me?
Well, you're in her scope. You're in her scope, so you already know.
I don't know. Evia Bot? Barry,
mine.
B-A-R-R-Y.
S-E-L-B-Y.
S-E-L-B-Y.
In her title is my name, so it's the handle. Yes.
Barry Selby.
Thank you.
Yay.
I love this. This is fun.
Okay.
It's funny, I'm watching the counts have been changing.
I know.
It was like higher on mine, that's the other way around.
I'm winning!
You said it's a game of winning.
Yeah, I know. I'm turning into Joe and super concerned about numbers.
Well,
My numbers!
Well, you both like men.
We both like men, and we both look great in underwear. I'm just saying.
I'm like, sorry, got me totally on the track now.
Mistress Christmas went to my son, bitches.
Oh, fine, leave me then. See if I care.
Just go both ways. Just go both ways.
Both scope ways, yeah.
Yeah, scope ways.
Glad we're qualifying that.
Yeah.
So, any other questions, by the way? Did we totally destroy ourselves?
Barry taught me that I'm masculine, not macho. Something I was always self-conscious about. Let me tell you, a masculine man, a man who really owns who he is, owns his space in the world.
Better on this side.
Is a sexy thing.
So,
Let me tell
who
you.
are you?
Why are
Mistress
you
Christmas?
punching my...
Because she's on your scope now. I couldn't see what it was.
Okay. All right. Define the difference.
Between macho and masculine, I think I did that. I'll do it again, but I did it earlier.
Yeah.
So in case you missed it earlier, because I did run it through it fast. Men are evolving too. Like I said, women are evolving, so are men. We used to be codependent. Well, see, alpha's an interesting word. I would say that we're evolving beyond the alpha. There's an alpha in leadership. There's also an alpha in machismo. Now let me back up a second and give you some context. Back in my parents' generation, 40s and 50s, the men were the macho men. If you ever watched, and this is going for way back in history, All in the Family, Archie Bunker and Edith Bunker, that was a codependent.
Archie.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's like, my way or the highway type thing. He was the balls to the wall, running the show. She was the little weak housewife at home, but they couldn't live without each other. Leadership-wise, alpha but softly and passionate. That's a good combination.
Yes, girl.
Yeah. So let me fill in the blanks, please. So macho.
I'm feeling you, girl.
So macho was a choice for men in the 50s and beyond. My dad was probably more that way, not like a big machismo, but he was running the show. It's his way of doing things. He was very ego-driven. Because that was the way he was taught. That's society's model. Women were the meek housewives at the time. They were the ones that stayed at home because that was the way the rules were back in the 40s and 50s. That's why sexual revolution changed everything. But men during sexual revolution changed too because we lost our autonomy in a way without realizing it. And what a lot of men did in the 60s was drop out. Long hair, bell-bottoms, flowery shirts, smoking weed and becoming very feminine. We got very wishy-washy, which is what happened for a lot of men, and women were taking charge. I mean, that's where a lot of things shifted. That was when the independence movement happened. We went from codependent to independent. Women had their own bank accounts, their own jobs, their own apartments, their own cars, and they negotiated a relationship with each other, with men and women. That wasn't fun. It wasn't very passionate. It was kind of negotiated. Now we're moving into the new evolution where women are in their feminine and men are in their masculine, which is an evolution from both beyond there. I call it going from codependent to interdependent. Very different relationship paradigm. Because codependent is like 50-50 relationships. Interdependent is 100% relationships. Let that one sink in for a second. We've been trained for years that it's 50-50. Well, yeah, but then what's the other half of you going to do? Sit idle? That's where it starts to get clunky. When you're 100% present in yourself and your partner's 100% present in herself,
right.
That's a 200% relationship. That's a healthy relationship. And that's interdependent.
Yeah.
And that's how it should work.
I love that. 100%. Yeah, I agree.
So that hopefully qualifies a bit of this conversation about the macho versus masculine piece.
Mm-hmm. Clint Eastwood macho, Burt Reynolds masculine.
I don't know. They're both pretty macho.
No.
Do I believe in support dating a business partner? Let me say this.
Don't shit where you eat.
Well,
I heard.
And I would say on the other side of things, in the work I'm doing, I'm going to be spending more time leading large events and building a big momentum towards speaking in front of audiences. I keep feeling I'm going to do it with my partner. So my relationship partner will be my business and life partner, ideally. So in that sense, it works. But in other ways, it doesn't. So it depends how you do it.
Yeah, it really depends on the partners. If you guys are able to, again, have that space where you guys can grow separately, but together, it's That's exactly what I said, comma.
Wait,
Don't shit where
Carmen,
you
you went
eat.
onto her scope, fine. Boy, where the pair of dudes on your scope? Should be my scope.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, I just think it depends. It depends on the couple. If you guys can work it out, cool.
Both have agendas and meet in the middle. That works too. But it's like, in some ways, some people do like working together because sometimes it's a good partnership. But you got to have that space where you understand that you're shifting from business to romance and have a clarity when you do that.
Right. Evie's daughter. Sorry, babes.
Karma, I agree.
No, Gak said
Oh,
that.
the Gax are there. Okay. You're welcome, Ozzy. I thought it was Karma. It was both the same color icon, I think, is what it threw me off.
How much water should I drink?
What's that got to do with this?
I don't know.
It's not the health scope.
8 glasses of water.
Oh, he came back. Oh,
A gallon
Mr.
a day.
Ekman's back on my side.
Oh!
Thank you. Welcome back.
All right.
So,
Go ahead.
oh, leg cramp?
My hips.
Her hips.
No. Doctor of philosophy.
She's a doctor. I'm a love doctor. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we are the doctors, but just not medical. So
Yeah,
no water. We can't help you with water. Sorry.
We're quacks.
Just
No,
drink
we're not
enough
quacks.
water. Drink your water. That's what I say. Any other questions regarding relationships, romance, men and women? That's what we're talking about. No problem. Any other questions, thoughts? Who wants to be a love doctor? I've had 30 years of bad experience and good experience.
When should you give up on someone? Ooh.
You want to go with that one? It's on your scope.
Ooh. A friend of mine told me once, and this was very, very good advice. He said, relationships don't have to be so hard.
True.
They don't. If you find yourself struggling, and granted, people go through rough patches, blah, 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 but it doesn't have to be an everyday, year after year kind of struggle. You start losing yourself, you start losing sight of who you are, of your passions. For me, it's like if I'm not dancing, if I'm not happy, if I'm not doing what makes me happy, first of all, ain't no sex happening because my creative juices aren't flowing, and therefore my other juices aren't flowing. So it's just not gonna
I
happen.
didn't think you're so thought provocative. Well, apparently you were. So, to speak to that, I'll give another piece of that too.
Ever heard of the Kinsey Institute? Yes, I've heard of the Kinsey Institute. Yeah.
Yes, I like.
Yeah.
One of the programs I was in, the teacher said that people think that the opposite of love on the other end of the scale is hate.
Yeah.
It's not. The opposite of love is apathy.
Yeah.
So, if there's no passion, no joy, no juice, no connection, relationship for both partners, that's kind of what it's going to point us to. In coaching, I've been told by same teachers, mutual interest is different than common interest. Both.
Both are equally important.
Yes. One of our teachers talks about how, as a coach, if I'm working harder than my client, I should refer them. I should have a counselor or a therapist too. So in a relationship, try and bring that into. Doesn't Kinsey admit they were wrong on the gay-straight scale? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
That's not an area I'm sure I can help you with that one. So, if there's no juice, no passion there, because if you're angry at your partner, that's actually loving, because you can't get angry about something you don't care about.
Exactly.
So, if there's reaction, hurt, feelings, upset about going on, work it out. Don't walk away. I've made the mistake doing that 3 times. I regretted it.
What do you think about going to sleep angry, just sort of sleeping on it, mulling
That's
over
a
it,
debate that I haven't gotten necessarily
and
the
then
right answer.
waking up and
Is this why your wife builds a pillow wall between us in the bed? Can be. Or it could be she wants to have some peace and quiet, doesn't want you groping over one night. I don't know. I don't know your relationship, so I can't speak to that.
See, I want to hash it out before I go to sleep.
I'd rather have
I'd hash it out and then have sex and then go to sleep. I mean, that's sort of like
makeup sex. It's always good.
that's
I missed
stay
out
up
that.
all-
I missed out that a lot.
Stay up all night and
Work
battle it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
thank
and
you,
then,
Karma, for sharing out.
And then work it
Very
out.
do share it out with followers. Thank you. You're watching Eve and Joe at night. Maybe that's
Oh.
why. Sorry to hear that.
What do you think about pansexuality?
Ozzy, do I do one-on-ones? Do you mean like coaching one
Like
person at a time?
dogs
Yes,
do?
I do.
Like
I do coach one-on-ones.
Agree to
Consulting,
disagree.
yes. I do. So if you want to reach out, sorry. I've been with my spouse for 25 years because one of us is always in love with the other. That's nice. So you do that dance with each other, which is great.
Well, I think there's being in love, and then there's actually loving and like committed to loving and being loving with your partner. I mean, it's not like you're not going to feel like, oh, hearts and roses and unicorns every 24 hours a day. You're going to get pissed at your partner.
Yeah.
Because he leaves.
You get preoccupied, or you're going to get upset with something at work, and you don't feel like loving your partner because you're distracted. That can happen.
But you commit to loving, to being loving with your partner.
Love at first sight does exist. Does it last? It depends. Oh, sorry, that was my question over there.
No, I agree. Love at first sight. I don't know. I have no idea. Lust at first sight. Definitely
that
does
definitely,
exist. Because I'm just like,
yeah. So I said lust at first sight. Okay, lust. Yeah, I bet you got there. Got the word. I know typos. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carmen.
I think it can. But then like it depends on what you learn about the person afterwards.
Sorry, answer Ozzy's question. Sorry, he's trying to reach me. Go to my site. You didn't believe the love at first sight, you made your husband nice. Ozzy, go to barryselby.com/consult. That's how you get a discovery session with me and we can talk. So it's barryselby.com/consult. Right?
I fell in love with my partner the first time we smiled at each other. Hey, I still believe in magic. I believe in romance. I believe in magic.
But it doesn't mean the love's going to be easy or it's going to be straightforward.
And I think it's cycles.
Okay,
it's cycles.
Cool. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments. The problem is, comments are on one side of the screen and my camera's the other side. So it looks like I'm looking off camera, but I'm actually looking at the comments. So, all right.
I think the whole love and magic thing, I think that cycles. And there's sometimes we're going to fight about bills.
Absolutely.
We can fight fair and fight lovingly.
Love is not easy. Love is easy. Loving each other can be hard. Every relationship has its ups and downs. Yeah, it's true.
It's easy to love me, though.
Yeah, it is.
I'm lovable. I am. Are you married?
No.
No. Ladies, he's available. I'm hard to love, but worth it in the end. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that can be good.
Yeah. Well, you're getting married, Michael Mapes, so, I mean, you must be, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool. What time is it, yo?
It is, 6:45.
Oh, we gotta go.
Oh, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
This has been going a lot longer than we planned. That's been like an
hour.
hour.
I know, we gotta eat.
Yeah, we gotta
eat. The doctor's gotta eat. Sorry, y'all.
So this is episode 2.
This is episode 2 for Dr. Evie Chat. So stay tuned for episode 3.
The doctors are in. Episode 3 is coming.
Yes. Right? Smooches, bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This was so much fun. Thank you so much.
Make sure you follow us on Periscope. Both of us on Periscope, please.
Yes, at Evie Abot or
at Barry Selby.
At Barry Selby.
Simply, our handles are our names. Easy to find.
Hey, so I'll see you. Some of you guys on Joe Simon's Periscope coming up sometime.
She's two-timing me already.
In the near future. Gotta spread the love. You know what I'm saying? Gotta spread the love.
I can show you with Joe. Or
okay.
Joe sharing with me.
Okay. All right, guys.
All right.
So
Thank you, folks.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you again. Take care.
Love.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.